Hey guys, it's Barbie Glitter. So today I'm going to be doing a bedroom makeover. So this is how it looks like. It's really So I'm trying to make it look a bit more realistic, more modern, and aesthetically pleasing. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to start by making is the bed, which there's nothing wrong with the bed. I just want it to look more realistic and a bit more wider. So yeah. So the first thing I'm gonna need is popsicle sticks and some pliers. So I'm just gonna use a doll as a guide. I'm gonna cut each end of each popsicle stick. Oh yeah, and I forgot that you need a glue gun. And sorry about my crusty glue gun, but yeah. So we're gonna start by gluing the ends together and forming like a box. Just move the glue. I know it might be hot, but I'm used to it. I burned my leg once. This is how it turned out, like a little box. And what you're wanting to do next is apply more hot glue in all the edges just to make sure it's sturdy, like this. And we let it dry. To finish off the base of the bed, I'm gonna add extra popsicle sticks so it can be sturdy. And one on this side also. And now we're gonna cut more popsicle ends. And now we're just gonna place them on top with some hot glue. I don't know why there's paste here. So for the mattress of the bed, I'm going to use sponges. You can either use a bunch of sponges and build them up to be a big square, but I'm going to use a big sponge. I'm also going to use a big piece of white fabric, bigger than the sponge. So we're just going to be gluing the fabric to the sponge until it looks like this. Small squares for pillows. The bedding and the pillows, what you'll need is your 2 squares. For the pillows and bedding, what we're gonna do is place one square on top of the other and sew all around the corners. Don't forget to leave an opening so we can flip it over and stuff it. You can either glue the ends or sew it. I recommend you sew it so in case it gets dirty, you'll be able to wash it, because then you won't be able to use it anymore. So yeah. So now we just close the ends. And this is how it looks. So now I'm going to be doing a throw blanket. The first thing you're going to need are 2 pieces of fabric. You can choose whatever fabric you want. Yarn, scissors, a needle and thread, or you can sew it on the sewing machine, and a hook. We're just going to start by placing one square on top of the other and sewing all the edges except for one, so we can flip it over. But it's all sewn in place, we flip it over. Now we sew the opening closed. Now that it's closed, next what we're going to be doing is measuring how much yarn we're going to need, and for it to go around the whole square, depending how big your throw blanket is. So for the first end, we're just gonna do a knot. Like that. And for the whole piece of yarn, we're gonna be doing knots. And this is how it'll end up. The next part might be difficult. It is optional, but what you're gonna do is take some more yarn, wrap them around 2 fingers 3 times. Wait, I'm gonna cut this. And then we cut. So we have 4 strings. We're just gonna take one of our knots and insert our hook in it. This might be hard, especially if you made your knots a bit more tighter. Like this. What we're gonna do is take 3 pieces of yarn. We're gonna leave the 4th one last. Put it through our hook and just slide it through. Like this. Then we're gonna add these 3 and slide them to the other side. Like we just pull them, basically. You can do them one by one. The 3 strings are on both sides. We're just gonna remove our hook. And bring them down like this till they all meet. And taking that extra piece of yarn, we're just gonna make a knot. So now we're just gonna cut them so they're all the same size. Like so. And we're gonna repeat on every single knot. I'm gonna repeat this step again just in case you're lost. So we get the 3 pieces of yarn, and here's a knot. You can either pull this over the hook or pull the hook, like take all 3 at the end and then pull this. But I recommend you put this over like so. Then we take these 3 pieces on one side, move the hook, make it meet to one end, make a knot using another piece of string, and then we cut them all to the same size so they're a little poofy. And repeat. And this is how it looks like after you finished. So what I'm gonna do is sew on the yarn the very edge of the fabric. And this is how the throw blanket turned out. And the very last thing I'm gonna show you how to make is this macrame plant holder. So let's get started. I'm going to need yarn, scissors, a bottle cap, some fake moss, and some fake plants, and a hot glue gun. I'm just gonna start by taking 4 pieces of yarn. Make sure they're long enough. Tie a knot at the end. Well, where the hoop is, you tie a knot. Then we take 2 strands and tie a knot. So we have 4 knots. What we're going to do next is take the inner pieces of yarn and tie a knot also. Do the same on the other side. Then we take the ones from each side and tie also a knot. And we do the same for these ends. Now we repeat the same step again. Once we're finished, we tie a knot at the end. Set it aside and we take our bottle cap, add some hot glue, and we add in the fake moss. Once we add in the fake moss, we put the bottle cap inside. See how it fits. Once we have that done, I'm going to hot glue the plants in. And make them look like they're going downward. You're done.